on the corner of Mason say this morning, such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. Come on, baby, don't say maybe. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. We may lose, we may win, but we'll never be here again. Open up, I'm climbing in. Take it easy.
Cliff Dorsey. Yeah, you could have heard that one on American Idol during the that would have put you right through, wouldn't it?
Short version.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know.
Exactly. We got Pete Helmstead. Pete, what do you think of that? Would you have put him through if you were a judge on American Idol or any TV show?
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm gonna keep this short because I'm kind of outclassed right now.
What's going on, Pete? So Pete joins us every Tuesday to talk about what's going on with the road construction with the IODOT, and are a lot of these wrapping up? Has the weather been cooperating with all the construction at all, or not?
Yeah, it has. We had a few. Obviously, the last thing you do in a lot of these projects is put down the paint for the new paint lines and everything, and can't be spraying waterborne paint onto the highway when it's freezing. It clogs up the nozzles, but we have had some good weather the past few days, so we are in good shape. Pretty much everything is open over at Floyd. I believe tomorrow the last eastbound lane will open, so that'll be fully open. They will still be doing some work underneath on 218 heading north, so there'll be a lane closure and stuff there, but everything's open. Traffic lights are off, so it's functioning as an interchange. Pretty much everything else is done up in our area. We got a couple projects in the Cedar Falls and Waterloo area that are the same thing, getting traffic control and paint down, but they should be wrapping up this week as well. So it's about time to put an end to the construction season.
Oh, and people are loving that. But now we got to look forward to the road work and slippery roads.
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky up here. I know we've had a few instances where we've had trucks out that had to clean off the roads or out and put brine down for frost runs because of the humidity, and the temperatures had the right combination where things would get a little slippery, especially on bridges and in shaded areas. So be aware of that just because it's going to be a nice day, they can still get frost that forms overnight and things can get a little slippery. So it's a good start to the winter so far as the lack of snow, if that's what you like, but there still can be some tricky driving out there, so be aware of it. And also, this gives you some extra time to make sure you've got your car winter ready. Get the winter survival kit, the right air pressure in your tires. Make sure you've got jumper cables,
Snicker bar,
granola bar, whatever you think would be good if you ended up needing it. Because coffee can, exactly. Yep, candle, all kinds of things, blankets, gloves.
Nobody ever says toilet paper.
That's a really good point.
Yep.
It's you don't. Yeah, I'll just say yes.
Yeah.
You keep that.
And what you can store it all in is a 5-gallon bucket right in the trunk.
Yep, exactly.
That'd be a good idea.
Yep, you can do that if you have a pickup. Obviously, maybe tie it down in there so when you need it, or the next time you need to put something in your pickup, it's not scattered all over the truck bed. But we've all been there.
Might want to keep the toilet paper inside the cab, though.
Yeah, that could get a little interesting going down the highway.
Right.
Think it's homecoming or something and people are TPing your house.
Exactly. Well, if people want more information, they can always go to that website.
That's right, 511ia.org, or the app 511 Iowa. I know this morning, actually, down in southeast Iowa, they had some weather down there, and there were quite a few plows that were out this morning. So we lucked out and missed out on that. But again, conditions can change really quick. You get some freezing temperatures and even just a little bit of moisture that moves through the area, things can get icy. So be aware of it.
Yeah, drive careful. So, Pete, that's it for that, huh?
Yeah, that pretty much wraps it up.
Good, because some people are like, Jay, get right to it. No, we got to take care of business first, and then we'll get to it. Okay?
All right, what do you got?
Because the IODOT update is, of course, brought to you by Mason City All Risk Insurance. Dave and the crew down there do a fantastic job, and you want to make sure you're covered because going into winter, you're going to be a little fender bender here and there. Or could be.
There could be. Hopefully not. But
hopefully
yes,
not.
there are pretty good chances that there will be.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we had a good weekend on the football side of things. Vikings, the weekend off, no stress this weekend, Pete. It was like, wow.
Yep. Now we'll be interesting to see in the next day or two if we hear any news on a quarterback.
Yeah. First is going to be Hall is going to be our quarterback, and then all of a sudden now Dobbs is back in the conversation. Are they going to stay with them, or what's going on? So, people need to know, Pete, because we have fantasy football.
That's right.
Got to get the right quarterback in there.
And you forgot Nick Mullins. He
Yeah.
was going in the number one backup. Plus, I believe Justin Jefferson's going to be back this week.
Yeah.
So it could be,
Could be
the
interesting.
quarterback position's really important.
You're right. So I don't know. What do? You let Dobbs go in there and try and throw to Jefferson because he's so fast, or you let Mullins, who knows Jefferson, let him go throw the ball?
My guess is they're going to lean towards Mullins just because he's had a couple years in the system.
Right.
He knows the system. I really think that Dobbs, that last game he was
Horrible.
almost, he was. He was thinking too much. Because now he's starting to know the offense, and instead of just reacting and playing like he did the first games when it was more or less backyard football, he was thinking too much, because from everything I've heard, it's a pretty complicated offense that O'Connell runs, and trying to learn it, even if you're a rocket scientist,
right?
It's not second nature. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think I said this last week. What he did for us was amazing. I think he's a very incredible talent. He's obviously incredibly smart. I think he's a really good person from some of the things I've seen, but not sure he's our quarterback.
No, but watching on TV though, Pete, our offense is not much of a complicated offense at all. We run the ball on first down. We're pretty predictable and everything. And then, of course, we're going to do the check downs and throw about 3 to 5 yards, maybe when we need about 16 or 20.
We did not do that when Kirk Cousins was playing. They were downfield. That is one of the big things that people have talked about the last few games with Dobbs, is he never went downfield. Cousins went downfield quite a bit. And that was just knowing the offense, knowing what the defense was going to give you, and reading the defenses better.
Yeah. Well, you don't know what you got until it's gone, right?
That's right.
That's
exactly right.
You complain about that guy that's in control, and then, he gets hurt or whatever, and then you get somebody else in there. You're going, oh my goodness, I want to have this guy back. He did so much better for us.
It's one of those things. It's careful what you wish for.
Right. Exactly.
It's the talent you know against the talent you don't know.
Pete, I'm not a betting man.
Yeah,
that big of a betting kind of guy.
Yep.
I do a little FanDuel here and there.
Sure.
I had a parlay this weekend.
Okay.
Man, I did the 49ers. They were the team that messed me up.
Did they really?
Over $5,000 I could have had in my pocket this weekend.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Now people are going, how much did you put down?
Yeah, that must have been a big parlay or a big bet.
It was a 9-game parlay.
Okay.
Actually, after the 49ers messed it up, I didn't care because Packers and the Chiefs got to play with. That's a whole nother game with the Chiefs getting, they got messed up. They didn't get the calls that they should have. I'll say that for the Chief fans.
Yeah, well, Green Bay got kind of screwed on that play on the sidelines too. That was not a late hit.
Yeah, the refs did their makeup calls. That's all.
That was a makeup call on that pass interference. There's no doubt.
Yeah, we will call that for sure.
Yes.
So there you go. Kansas City Packer fans are going, oh yeah, you're just complaining because the Packers beat that. In the stand, you the go Pack go and yeah. There's one thing I don't like to hear during football season is the go Pack go.
Yeah, that's not my favorite chant either.
I know. Sorry, Packer fans, I'm making you upset, but you know what? You'll get over it.
They do the same. I'm sure they're not real fond of the Skol chant either. So.
No, they're not. So we have our thing. You have yours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they will never mix.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, it was a big parlay, Pete. Just so people know, I didn't spend like hundreds of dollars to try and win a bunch. It just happened to come. I go, wow. And then what happened was I showed it to a couple of buddies of mine in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, what do you think of this parlay? They go, yeah, that looks good. I don't know about the Saints game, So I went, I reused the whole thing, the parlay, and I took the Saints game out.
Yep.
Thinking that, it hit. So what happens was when you do that parlay, if it all would hit twice, then that's where it made up to over the $5,000. I thought 5150 or something. I think it was going to be. So
it's a fun afternoon dream, wasn't it?
It was good. I didn't. The funny thing, I didn't even drink on Sunday.
Yeah.
Jay, you're not drinking? I go, no. He go, why not? What's wrong with you? Well, the Vikings aren't playing number one, so I'm not going to get too stressed out. Yeah, but I have a stressful afternoon because I got this parlay going on. It's all hit so far.
Yep.
Really? What are you going to win? I go, well, over 5,000. Holy cow.
Yeah. That's definitely pretty significant.
Right. I know. Like I said, I don't spend a lot of money on bet. I mean, I got a budget that I have every month.
Yep.
Like $25. So I mean,
Yep.
we're talking, I'm doing like 50 cents a bet, $1,
Sure.
you know, but when I get into it, it's because of the big parlays that I do,
Yep.
which I'll never win.
Yeah. You never know. All it takes is one.
Well, I did like win like $85.
There you go.
That was accidental.
And when you won $85, and if you're only betting $1 or $2, that'll carry you for quite a while.
I know it. I got over $100 in my account, man. I'm good for about the rest of the year.
There you go.
I bet on golf. I don't even bet. I don't even know who is the leaders.
Yeah. No, that. I don't think I'd do that.
I was just hoping something was going to hit.
Right.
So, anyway, Pete, anything else you got? Sports or?
Well, we should. We got a couple of big basketball games coming up this week. I think tomorrow night it's
Iowa
State women, and then Thursday, I believe, is Iowa State men. So
Yeah.
those are going to be fun to watch. Iowa and Iowa State both get their bowl games, so that's going to be awesome. And
Yeah.
football season's not over yet.
Iowa plays Tennessee in Orlando, Florida, coming up on New Year's Day.
Yep.
And Iowa State is playing with the 29th against.
So.
They're playing. Who are they playing against? Memphis.
Memphis. Yep.
Yeah.
In the Liberty Bowl
Yep.
in Memphis.
In Memphis.
Yep.
That'd be a fun thing to go to.
I talked to a few people who went down. I think it was 6 years ago. Iowa
Mhm.
State played down there, and they said the weather wasn't very good, but the city was amazing, and they had so much fun. So yeah, I guess it sounds like a really good time.
And they bring in a bunch of Busch Light just for the weekend.
That seems to be a pattern.
Right. Yeah. Florida will have more Busch Light than they have population.
Exactly.
You know them Iowa people.
Here they come.
Yeah. Pete, have yourself a wonderful week. All right.
All right, you do the same, Jake.
Thanks for making us part of your morning.
What do you guys have for us today?
Get your rush on with Jay